All right, guys, today we're just checking in because Mercury retrograde starts on February 26th. And the cards that I pulled were, first I pulled the Seven of Pentacles, and then I pulled the Ace of Swords. So you're realizing some sort of project or something that maybe you are working on. You're able to do it in an easier and better way without having to put in so much work and effort with the Ten of Wands here. You're able to manifest a solution to whatever this is. This could be within friendships, this could be within your community, this could be within a project that you're working on or with coworkers, or it feels like it's monetary almost. This could also be a trip, so like taking some sort of distance or like travel trip. So maybe you want to go on vacation, but you're wondering, how am I going to have the money for that? How am I going to plan that? You're having to go back and reevaluate something that maybe is a subconscious thought in the back of your brain where you're like, I have to grind and work really, really hard for this to be able to have this dream, or like to have this career, or to have this project finish, or whatever it is. This could even be a partner. But Spirit is saying that there's an easier way around this. There's something that you're not really seeing, and during this Mercury retrograde, it will be pushed back into your face of, you could do it this way. You could do it this way. You're not seeing that you can do it this way, which is like, it feels like you are working very hard towards something, but Spirit is saying it's actually a lot easier than you think it is. Or maybe you're experiencing that right now where it's like something's really, really hard and you're doing the most for it. Spirit is saying you don't have to do it like that, actually. Page of Coins. Yeah, these are all coin cards. Yeah, so it's just like, so something within work or money. Maybe you're like, I don't know, it's giving scarcity mindset where it's like, oh, I can't go on this trip because I have to work really hard for it. I don't have the extra money. Or like, I want this job, but I have to work really, really hard. I want to be seen on social media, but I have to post all the time. Take a step back, because the universe is saying that there's an easier way about this, and you almost grinding a little bit too hard is what's blocking it. There's a scarcity mindset or some sort of subconscious belief about yourself that you feel like you have to work really, really hard for this. You don't, or you have to put in more effort than everyone else is to receive this thing. So maybe you feel like you don't get the same rewards that everyone else does. But there's like this, how, Spirit, what is this? Oh my gosh. I feel like this will fall into your lap. Like this solution will fall into your lap where you're like, oh, it clicks. Like something, it makes sense that I could actually do it this way. And it's much easier. I'm sorry it's so vague, but that's what it feels like, is this King of Coins. Yeah, with the page to the King, where it's like, if you walk away from something emotionally, like a way of being or a way of thinking or something that's like keeping you stuck emotionally, you'll actually be able to up level very quickly from the Page of Coins to the King of Coins. Like right now, maybe you're seeing yourself in this current state where you're like struggling with money, or struggling with your career, or struggling with your school, or whatever it is. It seems like it's some sort of stability. So this could also be within friends or romance, but I feel like it's not. It feels like you have like a dream vacation or a dream house or like a dream sort of thing, and you're like, I have to grind for this. Like, this is really hard to accomplish. Actually, no, there's something that you need to release and let go of emotionally where your manifestations are blocked right now. There's an easier way of going about this where it's like you need to do some sort of soul seeking, or like weeding out the bad sort of subconscious habits that you have, and talk about yourself and live in sort of a scarcity mindset. Maybe you're like the first person in your family to go to school, or maybe you're the first person in your family to like go on an untraditional path or do whatever, or have a house, whatever it is. Apply it as it resonates. But it just feels like this will fall into your lap. This solution will fall into your lap, especially during Mercury retrograde, where it's like, it's calling you to not go back to the past, not do the same subconscious habits of like being in such a scarcity mindset. Because once you switch your mindset and your emotions and you match yourself to what you're manifesting, it seems like this will up level very, 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 very quickly. One last card. Two of Wands. So especially if it's in relation to moving, or like moving countries, or it's in relation to traveling, something like future plans. It's like the world is in your palm. It's in the palm of your hand. This will fall into your lap where you're like, oh my gosh, I never thought that I could do that, but I can do that. And then it's not like a quick fix for money or like stability or whatever it is, but it will just make your life easier. Instead of you having to grind so hard for whatever this is and work long hours and work for ages to get this goal, it's almost just like, here's your solution. Here you go. Here's your manifestation. you'll still have to put in the work for it. The Fool, yeah, you'll still have to put in the work for it, but it also might be some sort of thing that you're new at. Like it might be a new mindset, like a new way of thinking where you're gonna have to rewire everything in your brain to kind of like align with that. Where it's like, I don't chase, I attract. It's almost just like every single time that you have some sort of thought that says, oh, I'm scared that I need to work and I need to do that, you have to shut it down every single time. Shut that door, because it's like, it will be new for you to think like that, and it will be scary, but having faith in that sort of mindset will actually work out really, really well for you, and you'll have more confidence to get things done. It will feel easier. Even if you are doing almost the same amount of work or maybe a little bit less, it will feel so much easier. It will feel so much easier. Queen of Swords, it's like, yeah, you're wrapped up in some sort of mental loop that's like causing you to like, it's your mental state, like scarcity mindset. So switch out of that. Let's switch into an abundant state of mind, because it feels like, I know it's so hard to believe, especially when you're coming from that place of like, how can I just manifest? How can I just sit here and it will manifest? Well, let's not just sit, but like, you can definitely do things to take care of yourself and to like shift your mind into recognizing the blessings that you already have, and that kind of attracts more blessings into your life, and you're like, okay, I'm already really happy with this, and then suddenly, boom, everything starts popping up. So enjoy that. Mercury retrograde, it might be shoved into your face a couple of times, and I'm hearing like you might have to redo a project or like redo something at least once, and then you understand what it's trying to teach you, and you're like, oh, that's not that hard. Okay, I'll just do that. Anyway, enjoy.